Hello and welcome to today's daily inspirational intuitive message. So if this is your first time, hi, hello, welcome. I am Jeya. I do channel different messages. I am clairaudient. I do receive various styles of channeled messages. So as those messages come out, I will be relaying them to you. Now, keep in mind that this is a collective gathering of different energies and stuff. So take whatever resonates and whatever doesn't, compassionately leave it for the person who needs to hear it most, okay? And keep it in, keep it in the back of your mind because it may come up later on. And it's for your next 24 hours, okay? Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good day, good night to everybody in between. Thank you for joining me. Now, this is a timeless. That means that it's meant for whenever you find this. It's for your next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm in a garden and I can see that the door of the garden is it's like this. It's wooden. It's a white wooden door. I feel like this is talking about abundance, but this is not abundance in the physical. This is abundance in the mental and emotional arena. Okay. I see my parents as tiny children who need love. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I now know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. This is about the growth that's happening in the garden, because I've seen a bunch of plants. And to me, this is feeling like you're looking at all of the different lessons you've learned from your parents or from someone who has raised you. Because I even feel like the glasses right here, it feels like you're observing them, but you're not like being critical of them. You're just kind of like observing, like, oh wow, they I remember when they taught me this or something. It's like that. I even feel like some people within the next 24 hours, you might even be thinking of an embarrassing time. That's just for some of you guys. It's like this embarrassing moment. Like, oh man, I remember when I was, a teenager or something. It's like that. Because I feel an embarrassment. But it's a funny way of looking at it. It's not like a embarrassing in a bad way, but it's embarrassing funny because it's like you're just looking at it like, I remember those days. It's like reminiscing. The garden felt like that too. It felt like a garden of memories. A garden of memories. The next 24 hours. You may be reflecting on stuff that pertains to your growth right now. Noticing patterns, maybe between what your elders have done and what you're doing, and understanding the dynamic between you two. I'm watching a woman and she's combing her daughter's hair. And I'm noticing like there's a really big emphasis on like her like combing it down and then down to the very end. It's like down to the very end. something about the longevity and the hair, and it's like down to the end. Like, for some of you, I'm sorry if like a parent has passed, but it may be looking back at their life and going, yeah, they were like that till the very end. And there may be something that happens tomorrow or today, whichever day, however it is for you, that you may be looking at that and looking at that quality. There's a quality in it. It may not even be your parents. It could be your grandparents, people like that, you know, people who have sort of been in your life that have an impact. They've left an imprint. Any plunge into the unknown is reckless, but that's where the treasure lies. Yeah. I feel like this is going against the grain. I feel like this is something that you're pursuing that is not, it's not what your family has done in the past. It's kind of like this is not done by tradition. So there's a bit of a feeling like you're doing a reckless thing, but you're not, because that's where the treasure lies. That's where, and I feel like your treasure, the treasure is your self-will, and it's freedom. It's being free to do what your will is to do, what you're supposed to do. It's the freedom, because I seen a man that was kind of like restricted. It's almost like I was seeing him with like a he had like a collar around him, and I see like a pair of hands behind him, like like one hand, and like if the hand like had the collar, it was weird, and but it's like feeling like perhaps restricted, feeling like for some of you it's like a family dynamic or a group of friends or somebody that is I feel like it's a family dynamic, and that they were probably just, they were raised different, you know? They were raised different, you guys. And I see that you're valuing that. You're valuing that. Because I think a lot of people have really been kind of like at odds with what's going on and everything around the world, and then how their issues spill over into relationship issues, right? So I feel like what this is like now you're kind of like understanding. You may have seen it before, but like now it's just like within the next 24 hours, it's just going to be something that may remind you of like, man, this is why I really love my parents. Man, this is why I love my grandparents. Man, this is why I love, like, it's like that. It's like looking at that. Good afternoon. It's like looking at those different, like there's going to be like a situation. It may not even be something they do. It may be something you do, and you're like, man, I wish, you know, so-and-so was here, and they're a part of your family, and then you're realizing how much you value that person. This is learning about how you really value. But I feel like they're people that raised you, people who raised you. But you have to do something different. You have your own path right now. I could feel it. Like, I feel like it's like you're valuing who they are regardless of whether they value who you are. If that makes any sense to you guys. But to me, I totally understand that. It's like valuing somebody else regardless of whether they think that what you're doing is a good idea or not. Crown chakra again. Again. Yesterday we got this. This is receiving. This is receiving. So I'm just going to say this because some of you guys, have parents that have passed on that are actually going to be connecting with you. So keep an open mind is what I'm hearing. Some are. It's a form of comfort that they want to do. And I see a man getting in his car, and I'm watching a man and a woman on top of the car, and they're looking with like a microscope. They have this microscope, and they're looking. It's saying they see everything. They see everything. They see everything. They see everything. I want to do a second one because we did that one yesterday. We got the same one, the crown chakra. So I think we should do another one. And yeah, that was beautiful. That was really beautiful. And yeah, when you follow your path, remember that it's your path. So what does that mean? That means that it's going to be different. It's going to be different. I feel like whoever is watching over you, they're not watching over you in any resentment. They're watching over you in, what are they doing? It's observing. And I feel like I'm grabbing the toes of baby. And I feel like it's like, oh, I wonder where these feet are going to step into. It's like that. It's a very beautiful feeling. Adversity. Feel like they're watching. You may have ancestors, people who have passed on, that are watching you grow through this. If you have parents that you guys aren't quite seeing eye to eye, I feel like there's a reassurance that you are going on the right path. Do plunge into that unknown because it isn't reckless. It's a success. And you have to go through that in order to grow. We grow through adversity. We don't grow when we're comfortable. We grow through adversity. That's how we learn. When we stay in places that we don't feel comfortable, we not only remain uncomfortable for a longer period of time, but we also cheat ourselves of the lesson that could help us in like future advancement, you know? Yeah. And so now, now I have here, I just got these. These are new. Ooh, got these new ones. Okay. Yes, these ones are they're the lesson cards. They're the Soul's Journey lesson cards. And I really, really, really liked what they look like and everything. And shout out to Chris. Chris got these for me. Thank you. Yes. Personal growth. It's so important, you guys. We're going to do this one. This is a lesson card. What can we take from this for the next 24 hours? Oh, yeah. I'm watching a little boy and he's getting like his gear on. You know, he's getting the gear on that's like, he's gonna go, he's going on the football field. He's got that football thing on, you know, where they look like husky and stuff, but it's like that football gear. I'm watching him and he has the football gear on. Blue is the color of the team. Blue is the color of your throat chakra. This may be speaking in defense, defending yourself with your voice. This is getting yourself ready. I'm saying I'm like hearing this, but it's like getting yourself ready for an attack, for like but I feel like the attack is like a verbal confrontation. But it's funny because it's like saying it in a form of attack. That's funny. Okay. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Failure. I love it. When we mess up, it reminds us how much we're not perfect. And it makes us mad. And then it makes us learn. And then it makes us grow. So, how can we be mad for a very long time when failure is possibly the best teacher we have? Because we do it to ourselves, right? So the next 24 hours, I feel like this is learning from past mistakes, generational mistakes. This is taking a bunch of lessons that have been acquired throughout a period of time. And when you take all these lessons, it's like that wheel where there's a bunch, and I feel like these are little pockets of lessons, right? And then they turn and they go towards the light, right? And I feel like the light is very symbolic of a renewal, knowing from past mistakes what works and what doesn't. I'm also hearing that there's an opportunity to teach. Some of you guys should use some of the lessons. There's some kind of lesson. I want to say lessons you've learned that you can give to the world that would really benefit other people. That's just some of you. Some of you are meant to be teachers. And you're not walking in that path. It's telling me that. Oh my gosh, I heard that one loud. And that was really, really intense. Yes. It's, don't be afraid of change, okay? Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to receive. Don't be afraid to receive. And don't be afraid to change. You're going to grow. I'm going to say this is only going to pertain to some of you. Your previous generations did things by the book. Where did it go? Okay? Just where did it go? I'm not going to say that this is for everyone because I feel like it's not for everyone. I feel like it's for some people. Maybe about 70% of you guys watching. This is about looking at past generations, previous generations, and seeing how I appreciate that, but did it work for them, and is it gonna work for me? It's like that. There's a lot of observation happening within the next 24 hours. A lot of observation, but it doesn't have to be serious. Yep. I don't have to be serious. All you have to do is grow with it. Whenever I have a problem, I like to laugh about it. I like to look at it. And I just like to make fun of it. You know, like if I got mad and I got really mad, I was just angry and aggressive. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I put so much energy in getting angry. Like, how did that happen, right? Like, and when I look at it like that, I'm able to laugh at myself, you know, and when we do that, laughter feeds that soul. It feeds your soul joy. During tough times, during good times, during camaraderie, when you're hanging out with people, or when you're alone. Laughter. Laughter. The next 24 hours, look at what previous generations have done, what they failed to understand, and how you can grow from it. Yeah, this is healing your ancestral wounds. Stopping patterns that used to be there. I say used to because if you make a choice to be plunging into the unknown, you'll be getting the new treasure, marking the new, like the new era of a family, of like a family, it's like a family legacy. You're changing it. Next 24 hours, look at where you can learn. Look at where you can learn from previous generations and how they pertain to you. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining me here today for our 24-hour inspirational intuitive message. I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I'm sending much love, strength, courage, and wisdom. Wisdom. I love you guys. Bye. Have a fantastic 24.